Hello, welcome to my channel. On today's episode, I'll be discussing the various visa types for the United States of America. Now, before I proceed, please kindly subscribe to this channel. Click on the notifications icon. That's the bell icon beside the subscribe button so that if I make a new video, it sends you a notification telling you, oh, look, I just made a video. Now, let's get into it. Now, guys, if you are traveling to the United States or if you are planning to relocate or if you are planning to visit the United States of America, the first thing you need to do is to start the application process. Now, before you start the application process, you need to understand the various type of visa that are available or that is available. And if you don't know the difference, there's a chance that your visa will be rejected. So now I'll be breaking down the various kind of visa that is available for the United States of America if you're doing a US visa application. Now, there are different kinds of visa. It is basically divided into two: the immigrant visa and the non-immigrant visa. Just in case you're wondering, what's the difference? Now, there is one, which is the immigrant visa. This is the one that if you are planning to actually go and stay in the United States. And the other one, it is the non-immigrant visa, which is if you just want to visit. Basically, those are the differences between these two. There are basic requirements if you're applying to any of the two categories. But again, it's not just something you can just say, I want an immigrant visa. It doesn't happen like that. But depending on, for example, if you get a job, or if your husband or your spouse is actually a citizen of the United States, exactly, so you can decide to apply for those kind of visa. But I'll be breaking it down. So now the first one, it is the A visa class. Now the A visa is strictly meant for diplomats or president of foreign countries that are planning to travel to the United States. So for example, if the president of an African country or any other country in the world wants to visit the United States of America, the visa type is the A visa. Or if our politicians are planning to visit that particular country, yes, they will be using the A visa. Now the second one is the B visa. Now the B1 is divided into the B1 and the B2. Now the B1 is strictly for people that are coming on business trips. So for example, you want to have a business meeting in the United States, it is B1. Also, it is for nannies or house workers, for example. So if you're traveling with your nanny, you definitely have to book a B1 visa. Now the second one is the B2 visa. Now the B2 visa is mostly for tourism. Any tourist related activity in the United States, you have to book the B2 visa. Now the B2 visa also covers for people that are planning on medical trips. So for example, you want to go and give birth in the United States, you want to go and probably there's a particular treatment, you need to do it like a surgery or something like that. That is the B2 visa. So basically, the B visa is mostly, business. It's called the business and tourism visa. So if you're going on tourism and the like, it is the B1, B2. So also, if you're planning to attend a conference in the United States of America, now the B2 covers you. So which means you can still make use of the B2 visa. Now the third one is what they call the C visa. The C visa is more like a transit visa. So which means if you are traveling to another country through the United States. So let me explain this. This is a little bit complicated, but it is not. So for example, if you're traveling to a country that there's no direct flight from Nigeria, but there is direct flight from probably in the United States of America. So you need to book a C visa, which is the transit visa, which allows you to temporarily use that country as a point of entry to another country. Also, we have the D visa. Now, the D visa is strictly for, flight crew, the pilot, the air hostess, or people that work in the ship. Now, the next one is the F1 visa. Now, that's another popular type of visa in Nigeria. Now, it's strictly for students, people on academic, people that are traveling for academic purpose, and it's going to be like a long term. So, for example, if you're traveling to the United States on any course that is over 18 hours in a week. So, for example, if you are planning to study in America, if you're planning to study in the United States, now the F1 visa is the visa to book. Now, under the F visa, there's also another thing called the F2 visa. Now, the F2 visa is for dependents. So, for example, if you're planning to travel with your family, with your children, with your wife, they're going to go under the F2 visa. So, this is the visa that allows them to stay with you while you're actually schooling abroad. Another form of visa is the I visa. Now, this is strictly for media people, journalists, news people, and the like. So, for example, if a popular TV station or a radio station wants to send their staff to the United States to cover a particular event, you have to go through the I visa. Like, it is through that method that you can go as a journalist. So for journalists and media guys, they go through the I visa. Now, the next one is the J visa. Now, the J visa is known as the exchange visa. Now, this is the form of visa that is mostly used for academic purpose. So let me give an example. The easiest way to explain this is this. So for example, if you are a professor in Nigeria and you are good in a particular subject and you just want to go at more like exchange of ideas. So you just, let's say like you're a professor of culture of African arts, for example, and you want to go and to the United States for that purpose, just to impart knowledge, you have to go through this means. So, or maybe you're a student, you're exceptionally good in a particular, situation, and you just want to go and, exchange knowledge for those kind of purpose. It's called the visitors exchange. Now, that's for, the J visa. Now, the next one is the K1 visa. Now, it's called the fiancé or the fiancé visa. Now, if you have a spouse in the United States, not just a spouse, if you have a spouse that is a citizen of the United States of America, now you can file for the K1 visa. For example, if you're in Nigeria and your husband to be or your wife to be is in America, a citizen of America, yes, if you need to file, it has to be the K1 visa. It is known as the fiancé visa. So now we have the M1 visa. The M1 visa is more like a student visa, but now it is different in the sense that if you're going on a vocational training, so for example, it is not more like a formal education. Maybe you just need to learn a particular kind of skill, vocational training. It's going to be the M visa. Unlike maybe study visa that is like 2 years, maybe a vocational course will be like 4 months, 6 months, or the likes. So you have to go through the M1 visa. Now, for your dependents, maybe your family member, your wife, your children, they have to go through the M2 visa, which means they are dependent under you, like they are dependent. So for dependent of M1 visa, they have to go through the M2 visa. So just note the difference. Now, the next one is the P visa. Now, the P visa type is strictly for entertainers, actors, artists. So for example, if you're planning to travel to the United States as a musician, for example, entertainer, comedians and the like, you have to go through the P visa type. Now, this is strictly for entertainers, celebrities and the likes. So if you fall into that category, that's the option. So for example, if a guy like Whiskey, Davido and the likes, they're traveling to the United States of America, they have to go through the P visa. There's also the Q visa type, and this is the cultural exchange visitors. Now, the last one on my list is the R visa, which is for religious workers. Now, for example, if you're a pastor, if you're an imam, an alfa or the likes, and you're planning to visit the United States, probably for a crusade, for an event, or for a religious event. Now, this visa class is strictly for religious workers, pastors and the like. So now, again, all these visa types all have their different rates. So you need to confirm the one that you are, paying for at every time you're trying to, make purchase for this visa. Now, basically, that's everything you need to know about the different types of US visa. Now, if you find this useful, don't forget to click on the thumbs up button. Don't forget to also share. Don't forget to make a comment. Let me know your thought on this. Like, what kind of visa are you looking at? Now, for some special type of visa, like the immigrant visa, it is only applicable to people that have gotten jobs in the United States, or you have your spouse in the United States. You can't just, out of the blues, apply for such visa. You have to ensure that you meet the basic requirements. Now, that's everything you need to know about the US visa types. Now, see you next time. Bye.